So we have an all-country music show today, and I even got myself a special hat for it. Moreover, at the end of the show, I'm going to end it with three songs that I sung for my uncle's funeral last summer in Fort Worth, Texas, at the Cowboy Church. And one of them's Willie Nelson, one of them's Alan Jackson, and the other one's George Strait. So those will be at the end of the show. But it's all country music. We're going to start out with some Johnny Cash. Come in, stranger, it's good to have you home. I hurried through cause I knew it was you when I saw you dog wagging his tail. Honey, why didn't you let me know by mail? You've been gone so long. Come in, stranger, I know you're weary from all the miles. Just sit right there in your easy chair. Tell me all about the places you've been. How long it'll be before you leave again. Hope it's a long, long while. She said, come in, stranger, everything round home is mine. I've watched and I waited for you to get back, and I missed you all the time. She said, come in, stranger, oh how I miss you when you're gone. I walk the floor and I watch the door, and then I lie awake, wonder where you can be. I'd give anything to have you here with me. It's a lonesome all alone. She said, come in, stranger, won't you listen to my plea? Stay long enough for the one I love, not be a stranger to me. Stay long enough so that the one I love won't be a stranger to me. All right, the song I was telling you about earlier, I am from Texas, and believe it or not, I've never been to Luckenbach, Texas. It's a famous place. I've been near it, but not there. But I sing about it all the time. You know, love the song that Waylon Jennings wrote, and Waylon invited his good buddy Willie Nelson to make a cameo appearance on one of the verses of his recording. Those cowboys hang together, you know. You don't want to hang separately. There's only two things in life that make it worth living. It's guitars that tune good, firm feeling women. I don't need my name in the marquee lights. I got my song and I got you with me tonight. Maybe it's time we got back to the basics of love. Let's go to Luckenbach, Texas, Waylon and Willie and the boys. A successful life we're living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams' pain songs and Newberry's train songs, Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Back in Luckenbach, Texas, there ain't nobody keeping no pain. So baby, let's sell your diamond ring, buy some boots and faded jeans and go away. This coat and tie is choking me. In your high society, you cry all day. We've been so busy, keeping up with the Joneses, Ford Harbor Rush, and we're still building on. Maybe it's time we got back to the basics of love. Let's go to Luckenbach, Texas, Waylon and Willie and the boys. A successful life for living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and the boys. Between Hank Williams Payne songs and Jerry Jeff Train songs and Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Down in Luckenbach, Texas, there ain't nobody feel no pain. Let's go to Luckenbach, Texas, with Waylon and Willie and the boys. The successful life we're living's got us feeling like the Hatfields and the boys. Between Hank Williams Payne songs and Jerry Jeff Train songs and Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out in Luckenbach, Texas, there ain't nobody feeling no pain. Out in Luckenbach, Texas, there ain't nobody feeling no pain. That expression, feeling no pain, has many different contexts. But I think in Texas it just means being home, the place you love to be with your friends, and probably a Shiner beer. That's what they drink down here. But if the world's treating you bad, you can always wish it would just go away. And that's what some of the crooners have sung about. People like Eddie Arnold, Ray Price, and Doc Prose. I am a crooner. I do Frank Sinatra stuff and things. I'll be a different show. But I love this, and it's the same kind of escapism as Jimmy Buffett, only it's a different genre. It's getting away from the busy, cluttered life. Make the world go away and get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. Make the world go away and get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. Do you remember when you loved me before the world took me astray? If you do, then forgive me and make the world go away. Make the world go away and get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I'll make it up day by day. Just say you love me like you used to and make the world go away. Make the world go away and get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You are excellent.
I've been practicing since I started music when I was about 5 years old. So I've got about 66 years of practice in. Well, life on the farm is kinda laid back. Ain't much an old country boy like me can have. It's early to rise, early to the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, the simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on a farm. The days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine mouth, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. And life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. When the work's all done and sunset low, I pull out the fiddle and I rosin up the bow. The kids are asleep, so I keep it kinda low. Thank God I'm a country boy. I'd play Sally Gooden all day if I could, but the Lord and my wife wouldn't think it very good. The fiddle went again and I work when I should. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine mouth, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. I ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I never paid my life for diamonds or jewels. I never was one of them money-hungry fools. But how about my farm and tools? Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah, city broke driving in a black limousine. A lot of sad people thinking that's a body key. Well, son, let me come now exactly what I mean. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine mouth, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got eggs on the griddle. I think nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, the fiddle was my daddy's till the day he died. And he took me by the hand and close to his side. Said, live a good life, play my fiddle with pride. Thank God you're a country boy. Well, my daddy taught me young how to hum and how to whittle. Taught me how to work and play and tune on the fiddle. He taught me how to love and to live just a little. Woo! Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, as Waylon Jennings was sing, Hank Williams' pain songs and Jerry Jeff's train songs and Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. Well, I got that one coming up for a year by that Fort Worth kid that made it big, Willie Nelson. First with his song he called Stupid. But his Nashville handler said that won't sell, Willie. We're gonna call it Crazy. And he followed their advice, and of course he's still getting no royalties on it. Crazy, no? Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. I remember when this album came out, I was in medical school in the mid-70s in Texas, and I bought that vinyl Red-Headed Stranger album. It was the time of the preacher in the year of '01. Remember that album? Yep. Yep, well this is from that album. It's the best song in there. Hidden twilight glow, I see her. Blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodnight and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, and only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Now my hair has turned to silver. All my life I've loved in vain. I can see the star up yonder. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Some Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again through the ages. I'll remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again in a land that knows no heartache. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Straight from the heart of Texas. Next I have this great song by the blind singer Ronnie Milsap called Smoky Mountain Rain. Smoky Mountain Rain. I thumbed my way from LA down to Nashville. I found out those bright lights ain't where I belong. From a phone booth in the rain, I called to tell her had a change of dreams, I'm coming home. But tears filled my eyes when I found out she was gone. Smoky Mountain rain keeps on falling. I keep on calling her name. Smoky Mountain rain, I'll keep on searching. I can't go on hurting this way. She's somewhere in the Smoky Mountain rain. I waved a diesel down outside a cafe. He said he was going as far as Gatlinburg. I climbed up in the cab all wet and cold and lonely. I closed my eyes and told him about her. I gotta find her, can you make these big wheels burn? Smoky Mountain rain keeps on falling. I keep on calling her name. Smoky Mountain rain, I keep on searching. I can't go on hurting this way. She's somewhere in the Smoky Mountain rain. Can't blame her for letting go. Woman needs someone warm to hold. Feel the rain running down my face. I find her no matter what it takes. Smoky Mountain rain keeps on falling. I keep on calling her name. Smoky Mountain rain, I'll keep on searching. I can't go on hurting this way. She's somewhere in the Smoky Mountain rain. She's somewhere in the Smoky Mountain rain. Now I'm going to take you down to the island in Texas, where my ancestor from Bavaria, Mr. George Probst, landed when he was a teenager on a boat leaving Germany. He was a migrant, and he debarked in Galveston, Texas. That's where the boat landed. Then he made his way up to near Fort Worth and lived the rest of his life there and died in 1913. He'd be my quadruple great-grandfather. But I wound up going back to Galveston, and I went for 4 years of medical school in 1970s. And I haven't been back since I graduated. But I sing about it a lot because this George Campbell song is burned into my memory. You know, it's really in there. So let's go to Galveston, Galveston. I still hear your sea winds blowing. Galveston, oh Galveston, I still hear your sea winds blowing. I still see her dark eyes glowing. She was 21 when I left Galveston. Galveston, oh Galveston, I still hear your sea waves crashing while I watch the cannons flashing. I clean my gun and dream of Galveston. I still see her standing by the water, standing there looking out to sea. And is she waiting there for me on the beach where we used to run? Galveston, oh Galveston, I am so afraid of dying before I dry the tears she's crying, before I watch your seabird flying in the sun. At Galveston, at Galveston. Well, this is one of their songs. It's obscure. Most people never heard it. But I went to a dude ranch once in Colorado when I was on vacation. And after eating a nice dinner of beans and bacon and scrambled eggs and some steak, they brought out a cowboy dude band and did this song. And it's an inspirational song. It doesn't mention the deity by name, anybody's deity by name, but it's all implicit. You'll get it. It's called The Mystery of His Way. When angry storm clouds rise and wild winds sweep the skies, I'm sure that this must be the mystery of His way. Then comes the glory morn, and bright new things are born. All this that I may see, the mystery of His way. So climb you to the highest mountain and look you to the world below. Living things drink from His fountain, then reaching for the sky they grow, and in choral voice they sing. This is a wondrous thing, and He will find the way. to speak with you someday. So climb you to the highest mountain and look you to the world below. Living things drink from his fountain, then reaching the sky they grow, and in choral voice they sing. This is a wondrous thing, and he will find the way to speak with you someday. He'll speak with you someday. When you're in Colorado and you look up at those big mountains, you realize that it isn't just us here. There's somebody who put us here and made it beautiful for us. Next is a song I wrote about 25 years ago, 30 years ago, something like that, in the 1980s. It's called Sing Me a Country Song, and it's about country music, but it's also about my dad, who was a very good semi-professional country music singer, guitar player, and harmonica player back in the 1950s and 60s when he was growing up. He had a little radio show in Weatherford, Texas on KZ Radio, and he loved all kinds of country music. He also loved folk music, and one of the bands he liked a lot was Ian and Sylvia, a Canadian duo, who maybe you remember, they wrote Four Strong Winds. Four strong winds that blow lonely. So my dad was singing that kind of music, and that's where I learned, actually, growing up with my dad, kind of the sounds of country music and folk music. He also liked the Texas traditional music, like Texas Swing by Bob Wills. So this song's going to make a reference to a Bob Wills swing song, Take Me Back to Tulsa. And that's special because my dad spent the last 30 years of his life in Tulsa, Oklahoma as the director of the Red Cross there. We also liked the Yellow Rose of Texas. My dad was a big fan of Jimmy Rogers, the Blue Yodeler. And Jimmy Rogers lived in different places, spent quite a while down in San Antonio, Texas. And he wrote a song that I do, it goes like this. All around the water tank, waiting for a train, 1,000 miles away from home, just a standing in the rain. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. So when I say waiting for a train, that's what I'm referring to in this song. And finally, a reference to, oh, that silver-haired daddy of mine. I had one. His hair was silver, absolutely. So, sing me a country song. Sitting in a hotel lounge, I said to a good old friend, I'm getting tired of this freezing weather. You reckon it'll ever end? As I spoke, I heard the sound of a man singing pop and jazz. I think I'll see what other kind of music that he has. Can you sing me a country song like the ones my daddy played? I would love to sing along to the music that he made. The Yellow Rose of Texas, waiting for a train. Oh, take me back to Tulsa, to my silver-haired daddy once again. Sitting in a small-town bar, sipping whiskey with my wife. Ain't it good to live together, share a simple country life? As I spoke, I heard the sound of a man singing rock and roll. I'm gonna ask that singer for a song to warm my soul. Now can you sing me a country song like the ones my daddy played? How I love to sing along to the music that he made. The Yellow Rose of Texas, and waiting for a train. Oh, take me back to Tulsa, to my silver-haired daddy once again. Now can you sing me a country song like the ones my daddy played? How I love to sing along to the music that he made. The yellow rose of Texas and waiting for a train. Oh, take me back to Tulsa to my silver-haired daddy once again. Yeah, take me back to Tulsa to my silver-haired daddy once again. Well, at least he and I are both from Fort Worth. That's one thing we have in common. We also love country music. But he made it big and I didn't. That's all right. I made it in other ways. I'm getting to appear at the Dade City Health and Rehab, and he hasn't been here yet.
Amen.
This next song is a Kenny Rogers classic that I'm sure you'll know. I miss him so much. I loved it when he'd sing with Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
That was just special. Islands in the Stream.
Yeah.
On a warm summer's eve, on a train bound from nowhere, met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns to stare the window at the darkness. The boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what their cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deadly white, and his face lost all expression. Said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done." Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. When he finished speaking, he turned back towards the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. Somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even, but in his final words he found the days that I could keep. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting till the dealing's done. You've got to kiss an angel good morning and never know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning, love her like the devil when you get back home. Well, people may try to guess the secret of happiness. But some of them never learn it's a simple thing. The secret unspeakable is a woman and a man in love. And the answer is in the song that I always sing. You've got to kiss an angel good morning. Let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning. Love her like the devil when you get back home. You've got to kiss an angel good morning. Let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning. And love her like the devil when you get back home. He had a deep bass voice. I'm a baritone, but I managed to scrape up a low E on that one. Okay, we got enough time now for at least 3 more songs that are really special. These are the songs I did for my Uncle Robert's funeral last summer. I had 24 hours to learn them. I'd heard them before vaguely, but I'd never performed them and never worked them up. So, you know, you can't always predict when there's going to be a funeral, and you often get very short notice. So I spent the whole day before on these 3 songs, just learning them deeply and getting all the arrangements and everything worked out. My Uncle Robert he was not all hat and no cattle. He was all hat and all cattle both. Robert Crow was his name, and he grew up, dropped out of school probably in about the 7th grade, just too much ADHD to sit still, but he knew how to work, like his dad did, you know. He loved driving trucks, pickup trucks, dump trucks, any kind of truck. And down there in Texas, a dump truck is a trash truck. It's a truck that hauls dirt and things for landscape architecture. And he eventually learned how to pour cement, pour it scientifically and make it just perfect. So he became probably the most famous cement pouring company all on the southwest side of Fort Worth. And now his grandson has taken over the business. It's Probes Concrete. But he didn't ride horses much. I will give you that. He rode them very little. But he had a herd of cattle. Always kept a herd of cattle. He taught me how to shoot. He was one of the people that taught me how to fish. And until he died, practically, I always, every year, at least once or twice, come down and spend time with Uncle Robert. So these are songs he asked for his funeral. I grew up a dream, being a cowboy, and loving the cowboy way, pursuing the life of my high-riding hero. I burned up my childhood days. I learned all the rules of the modern-day drifter. Don't hold on to nothing too long. Just take what you need from the ladies and leave them with the words of a sad country song. My heroes have always been cowboys, and they still are, it seems. Sadly in search of and one step in back of themselves and their slow-moving dreams. Cowboys are special with their own brand of misery, from being alone too long. You could die from the cold in the arms of a nightmare, knowing well that your best days are gone. Picking up hookers instead of my pen, I let the words of my youth fade away. Old worn out saddles and old worn out memories, but no one, no place to stay. My heroes have always been cowboys, and they still are, it seems. Sadly, the search of and one step in back of themselves and their slow-moving dreams. Sadly, in search of and one step in back of themselves and their slow-moving dreams. And now Alan Jackson, he wrote this. A lot of these big singers, they don't really write their own music. Elvis never wrote anything. He just covered everyone else, made him famous. But Alan Jackson did write some himself, and this is one of his best songs. It's called Remember When. Remember When. Remember when I was young and so were you, and time stood still, and love was all we knew. You were the first, so was I. We made love and then you cried. Remember when? Remember when we vowed the vows and walked the walk, gave our hearts, made the start, and it was hard. We lived and learned life through curves. There was joy and there was hurt. Remember when? Remember when old ones died and you were born and life was changed, disassembled, rearranged. We came together, fell apart, and broke each other's hearts. Remember when? Remember when the sound of little feet was the music we danced to week, brought back the love, we found trust, vowed we'd never give it up. Remember when? Remember when 30 seems so old and now, looking back, it's just a stepping stone to where we are, where we've been. Said we'd do it all again. Remember when? Remember when we said when we turned gray, when the children grow up and move away, we won't be sad, we'll be glad for all the life we've had. and we'll remember when. Remember when. Remember when. Don't let the tears of your eyes wash out the bridge of your nose. That's a pretty sweet song. And this is to close the funeral. By the way, this Cowboy church seated 300 people. They expected 50. They ran out of seats. It was SRO. That's what happens when you live your life trying to make things better for your fellow man. You know, do a good job, be there, clean out your plate, all those things you learned when you were 5 years old. Keep doing it all your life, and people will remember, especially if there's music with it. And he was a big music fan. We'd drive down the pickup together, he'd crank up the country music station real loud, and we'd sing in the truck. Well, this is a George Strait song called This Is Where the Cowboy Rides Away, or The Cowboy Rides Away. And what fitting song. I knew those days were high right from the start. When she dealt the cards, I bet my heart. Now I just found a game that I can't play, and this is where the cowboy rides away. And my heart is sinking like the setting sun, setting on the things I wish I'd done. It's time to say goodbye to yesterday. This is where the cowboy rides away. We've been in and out of love and in between. Now we play the final showdown scene. As the credits roll, a sad song starts to play. This is where the cowboy rides away. And my heart is sinking like the setting sun, setting on the things I wish I'd done. Oh, the last goodbye's the hardest one to say. This is where the cowboy rides away. Oh, the last goodbye, the hardest one to say. This is where the cowboy rides away. This is where the cowboy rides away. Well, thank you so much. The timing was just right. We had a little bit of warm-up and then a full hour of great country music classics. And you're such a wonderful audience. You just are quiet and you pay close attention. And I can feel you're moving along with the feelings of the music. And there's nothing that musicians and performers like more than to create that bubble of beautiful sound and know that everybody in the room is going along and feeling it together. And one thing is, we get older, and I can't remember everything, you know. Even though I was there when I was a teenager, 15, I can't remember everybody I met, everything I said. But one thing you never forget the feelings that happen when you make music together, or when you create good feelings. Feelings never go away, and you always bring them back. And that's what these songs do, even if they're songs you sort of they start to tickle all kinds of old memories stored deep in the hippocampus of the brain. I'm a psychiatrist, so I know where the storage unit is. It's called the hippocampus. Anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you back in March again. I'm not sure what the theme will be, but it'll be something good.
You won't be seeing Chris anymore. This is her last day with us.
Well, Chris,
Well, her last day, or last.
this is where the cowgirl rides away, you know. The last goodbye's the hardest one to say. Well, I'll say happy trails until we meet again, here or elsewhere, you know. And
She's going to North Carolina.
in my eyes, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the moonshine? Can't you just feel the sunshine? It's just like a friend of mine, going to Carolina. All right, that's a song for everything, you know what? You know what? Have you got time for one more?
Sure, yes.
This is a request from the peanut gallery over here, right? And we also call it the nosebleed section. You know where that can come from? In Italy, where these big theaters were started, the very highest stage on the edge of the auditorium at the top is called the gallery. They were the cheapest seats in the house because they were the farthest away. But they were actually a pretty fun place to be. You know, but we've namely, you know, call it the nosebleed section or everything in the gallery. Well, let me look up this Elvis Presley song because it is pretty good. This is a song from the Civil War era, Annabelle Lee or something like that. Because I told you, Elvis didn't write his own music. He just found great music that other people came up with and turned it into Elvis's version, which was very good. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me long, take me to your heart, for it's there that I belong, and we'll never part. Love me tender, love me dear, tell me you are mine. I'll be yours for all the years till the end of time. Love me tender, love me long, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me dear, tell me you are mine. I'll be yours through all the years, till the end of time. All right, see you next time.